Right, welcome to my second crafting video. What I'm going to show you today is this sort of technique. Now this isn't a finished card yet, it needs to be matted onto possibly some black card and then onto my cardstock. But I want to show you the techniques used in this. So first off, I need to get my tree stamp, which is from Oak House Studio. And I'm going to stamp this out using Colour Chemistry from Oak House Studio, and it's the Midnight pigment ink. So I'm just going to ink up my stamp, which you can see is well used, and then put it onto this card here, which is a stamping card from Oak House Studio. Roughly in the middle, but it's going to be trimmed down anyway. So there we go, there is my tree. And what I next need to do is prepare myself to do the background. So the background here, the first bit is jelly plate. So I've got my jelly plate and my brayer ready. I'm going to use just some ordinary, really cheap acrylic paint, splodge a bit on, really random, and I literally just want smatterings of this paint. So that will do. Now obviously I don't want this to go on the tree, I want my tree left nice and white. So on just some normal copy paper, I've stamped it out. You can see this is the one that I last used. This I actually sprayed in some removable adhesive. And now I'm just masking off my tree, which is probably the hardest part of this project, trying to fit it on. That'll do. So then I take my jelly plate and I'm just going to put it randomly on there, rub it, and there we go. So there's my background started anyway. Next, I'm gonna really make that background interesting by just adding random stamps to the background. So the first lot of stamps that I'm gonna use are these little star stamps, again from Oak House Studio. I'm just going to do them in random colours, so let's do some slate grey to start off with. This is going to be very random. First, second, third, maybe even a fourth generation. No, not quite. Take another of the star stamps, but this time I'll do it in our cobalt blue. And you can see I'm using different stamps to the one that I showed you for this background, just to show you that it works with pretty much anything. And then the smallest of the star stamps, and I'll do this in our Midnight. Lovely. And of course I can go up behind the tree as well, because that's masked off for me at the moment. I might as well do a few snowflakes as well. We'll do that in the cobalt, I think. Cobalt looks nice against this blue and I've used. You really have to go with what works best. You can't plan this out too much. Okay. And a few more in. Just for some more interest, I think. There we go. And then finally, for even more interest, I'm going to add the word stamp, Let It Snow. Again, first generation, second generation, third generation, see if we can get a fourth slightly. Okay. Finally, what I'm going to do is a little bit of stenciling. So, I take my stencil, and this is just some circles that I've made on some dough flecks. I'm just going to add in a little bit of colour. Again, this is building up some interest in this background here. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. So now I can remove my mask very gently and carefully. And there we have it. And then all you need to do, and I'm not going to make you watch me do this loads, but you need to just add some interest into the tree, add some nice patterns, basically any entangling technique that you already know will work for this, and for each layer do a different pattern. Now on the one that I did before, you can see the very top one I left clear, just because I thought that could be like a snow top one. Now with this, I would just matte and layer that on some navy or some black. But another thing that you could do is simply just add in a nice wiggly line. Top and bottom. Then stamp a sentiment up here in black, and then you've got a card. Okay, so like I said, this wasn't to show you a finished card, this was just to show you a technique that you can use when creating your cards. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching.